Hello, deep soul divers. This is Carmen. I am here to announce the start, I'm going to say the kickoff, or, where I'm going to start really marketing my new book that's coming out July 1st, Phoenixes and Angels, Mastering the 8th and 12th Astrological Houses. I know some of you have already seen it. I've had a couple videos before, but I wanted to give a little bit more information. I've had a lot of you ask me, what is the difference between my 8th house book and 12th house book that I have published out there in this new book. And this book will go into more in-depth analysis of the energies and issues that relate to, in my opinion, the two most spiritual houses in astrology. In astrology, 8th and 12th house are ruled by Scorpio and Pisces. And in astrology, the water houses are all important. There's 3 of them, and that's the 12th, the 8th, and the 4th. And the 4th house is very important as well, but I focus most of my research on the 8th and 12th. I feel that they are most similar. That having planets in the 8th and 12th are very, very common energy, and it just relates out into the world in a different way. Both are secretive houses. Both are deep spiritual houses. Both have to do with sacrifice and service to others and deep things, helping people heal, just in a different type of way. The 8th and 12th house energy manifest out into the world. And so I really, dedicated most of my life researching the 8th house and 12th house because I have planets there. And I started realizing how I felt and sharing that through writing. And then I had a lot of people, confirm that they felt the same way. And we realized, we're not alone. And so I wanted to write this book and have both houses in there. So as you know, to me, the 8th house is the house of phoenixes. So if you have planets in the 8th house or in the sign Scorpio or have a lot of Scorpio energy, I call you an 8th house person or a phoenix. You rise from the ashes. You're strong. You're reborn. You transform throughout your life, physically, emotionally, psychologically. You go through a lot of experiences that test you, and you also are a healer. You energy work, psychology, counseling, astrology, all these things interest 8th housers. Trauma. A lot of 8th house people experience some type of trauma or loss of a loved one at a young age. And grief and death and the afterlife and all those things are on the forefront when you have planets in the 8th house. And you're going to experience some of that at a young age. The 12th house is the house of angels. And its energy is a little bit more light. I feel like the 8th house energy is a little bit heavier. But the 12th house energy is very mystical and spiritual and escapist energy. It's dreams and imagination and creativity and service to others and illusions and sacrifice and secrets and secret enemies and behind the scenes things, solitude, escaping from the real world. And so it's the Pisces house. And so 12th house people, I call them angels because most of them share with me that they feel that they are not from Earth. From a young age, they wondered, what am I doing here? I don't belong here. I'm not from here. They realize that they're a soul. So the key of a 12th house planet is to connect to the spiritual side of that planet. So a lot of people that have the sun in the 12th or the moon, they often feel like their parents or their family is not really their family, that they're maybe adopted or they're an alien, or they just feel different than other people. And that's because they fell to the lower earth realm, I call it. They were an angel, and they fell to this, heavier, practical, earthy realm, and they came here to help other people. And so I call them fallen angels. And that's not a bad thing. That just means that they were angelic souls before they came into the physical realm, and they had a special mission. And that's just my opinion as an astrologer, that 12th and 8th house people have a special mission. And I've seen it play out. I've been doing this for 25 years. And I've seen and heard stories from people from all over the world. And I thank you for those of you that shared your stories. Some of them are in this book. And would love for you to share this video, comment, if you have planets in the 8th or 12th houses, how they made you stronger, how they made you heal, how they helped you be more resilient, and how you found a spiritual path, and what intuitive spiritual abilities did these houses bless you with? Because everyone I've met that has planets in the 8th or 12th has some type of a spiritual ability. It could be dreams. It could be a strong intuition. It could be imagination. It could be artistic abilities. It could be empathy, kindness, compassion. It could be a lot of different things. So please share and go out and pre-order this book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble right now. You can get paperback or Kindle. As you can see, the paperback version is pretty thick. I got a lot of different things in here. So I wanted to share just a little bit of the topics that are in here. So for the 8th house, I talk about childhood secrets, deep emotions, privacy, intense relationships, sexuality and intimacy, karma, past lives, death, loss, rebirth, endings, healing and forgiveness, spiritual gifts and psychic abilities, depression, anger, anxiety, and repression, other people's resources, sacrifice, inheritances, trauma and self-care. And I talk a little bit about the planets in the 8th in the natal birth chart, and then what happens when you have planets that transit through the 8th house, what kind of energy you might experience, just very brief and basic on that. And I talk about 8th house Phoenix's greatest strengths and share personal stories from 8th house people. And then the 12th house section, talk about solitude, isolation, seclusion, psychic abilities, mystical experiences, detachment, addiction, secrets, illusions, foreign countries, large animals, dreaming, dream work, sleep and rest, karma, suffering, empathy, compassion, romanticism, heartbreak, and lessons in love, invisibility, secret enemies, hidden talents, cosmic consciousness, monasteries, hospitals, prisons, behind the scenes things, planets in the 12th, transits of planets through your 12th, how that might feel, stories from fallen angels in the 12th house section as well. So a lot of information I try to pack in. I give some practical tips on, grounding exercises, how to, meditate and heal, and different, trauma and healing tips, self-care tips, tips for remembering dreams, all kinds of things like that. So would love for you to grab a copy and share today. Thank you, everyone, who follows my channel. I'm going to try to start making more videos. It's hard for me because I'm more of a behind-the-scenes person, but I'm going to start trying to make more videos for you guys. But thank you all